Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel and another One Piece reaction. Last episode we went through the Romance Dawn arc, which was season 1, which is episodes 1 to 3, and this is my 12th rewatch slash drinking game of the entire One Piece show. So I've watched this many times before. I started in 2013. It's my second favorite anime of all time, Fairy Tail being my first. I decided to rewatch it and also make it to a drinking game. And for the first iteration to celebrate, instead of just regular drinks, I'm doing pudding shots that I created and made. 3 pudding shots is equal to 1 shot, just to keep it down. So for the first 3 episodes of the show, I went through 5 shots. The first season of the show, I rated it as a 6.5 average. So I gave the first episode a 6.5, the second episode a 6 out of 10, and the third episode a 7 out of 10. And for the stats right now, we have 41 enemies defeated for Luffy, 32 in the first episode, 1 for Zoro, and 1 for Nami. And then Luffy has 1.5 antagonists defeated, Alvida in episode 1 and Helmeppo in episode 3. And then Zoro defeated Axe Morgan in episode 3. And then bounty is claimed by Luffy. He didn't technically claim the bounty, but that's what I'm putting. He defeated Alvida, who was worth 5 million belly. Enemies defeated by other characters, Alvida defeated 2 and Morgan defeated 1, even though they were their allies in episode 1 and 2 respectively. And then Luffy, the only property damage that has been done in the first season was Luffy destroyed Axe Morgan's statue, which I rated at $2,000 just to make it nice and average. And then we have Luffy, who appeared as the Gomen Gomen no Mi user in episode 1, and then 5 shots taken for the first season. And then here's the drinking game rules. Every time a member of the Straw Hats mentions their dream, so that I didn't do in the first season because they weren't technically Straw Hat Pirates yet. So I'm going to start doing that probably in the Orangetown arc, maybe when Nami joined, when it's official essentially. And then drink every time you cry, so that's me personally. Cool moments, drink when something badass / cool happens, that must be acknowledged. So I did that last time for the Lieutenant because he's awesome. Solitary drink whenever another character drinks. I just thought that would be a fun one since Zoro and Nami and everybody drinks all the time. And then drink every time a character takes damage that should have killed them but doesn't. This one I didn't really do in the first season either because there wasn't too much. A lot of that stuff happens a lot worse in the manga, so this is just kind of my own discretion. Like Zoro gets some serious damage, Luffy does later on, so that kind of stuff. And then drink for every new Devil Fruit user appearance, but only drink if their fruit is named or they use their abilities. So Luffy mentioned the Gomen no Mi and then did his ability in the first episode. That's when I counted it. Every time someone becomes a member of the Straw Hats, even if it's briefly, or they leave and then come back. So this one I thought would be fun since people constantly are coming and going all the time. Like there's even some temporary members later down the line that I'm going to count for sure. So just stuff for that, so I know I have guaranteed drinks later on. That every time my main antagonist is defeated is one, because that's also a stat, just one that I can drink for. I'm not going to drink for like tertiary or secondary antagonists, but I'm still going to count them on the stats as 0.5s. Drink every time a main character cries. So that's going to be the Straw Hat, or basically the main guys of a certain arc. Helmeppo was a main antagonist, but I'm not going to count him because he cried 4 times and I'm not that insane. But you could if you were playing this yourself. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the only crying characters. And then every time a Straw Hat or ally takes out more than 1 enemy at a time. I should have done this in the first season, so I'm going to do it now. Luffy took out 32 characters at once with Gum Gum Whip, so I'm gonna drink for that. And that retroactively puts the Romance Dawn arc at 6 shots / drinks taken. Every time a Straw Hat loses a fight, drink. When a named character dies, that one is the one that's going to be probably happening later down the line because they don't really kill very many people in the anime or manga. Whenever a character bounty increases, so that's any character, not just the main characters, or else that'd be super boring. Take a full shot for a Panaman sighting, so not a drink, but a full shot. That one was essentially just a pudding shot, so I counted it as both. But Panaman is kind of few and far between and kind of less appearances as we go on, so that one's just if I notice it, because I don't really notice that kind of stuff very much, only whenever I see it later on in like the manga or something. It's pretty easy to see, but in the anime it's kind of tough. Like the opening one is you can barely see them. So East Blue so far is turning out pretty well. So there is 6 seasons of East Blue split between all the filler and stuff, and then it ends on filler arc 3. So I'm really excited to get into Orangetown. Like I said, it's going to be 3 episodes per this episode section. I based it on Romance Dawn season 1 so I can get it all together. And I was going to do 5 originally, but I feel like 5 would be too much because I looked back at the recording and it was like an hour long. And I just thought it would be too annoying to do. So Orangetown is going to be split up into 2 episodes, which is going to be labeled as Orangetown, part 1 and then part 2. Because 4, 5, and 6 is going to be this episode, and 7, 8 is going to be the next episode. So if there's stuff that carries over like that, I'm going to try to combine them as much as possible. Like Sierra Village is probably going to be like 3 parts. Carry on the 18th episode on the last 4 to combine them all together. So that one's probably going to be a little bit longer of an episode, but that's just how I'm going to do it unless I get yelled at, because I'm just doing this for fun. Don't expect us to do anything because people don't really watch rewatches. Basically rewatching and drinking with me if you care. So I got my pudding shots. I got my collectible One Piece mugs that are filled with water just because I'm just I have a pitcher of water. I'm just pouring water into it just for fun. Kind of evening out the pudding shot and the water. They're also kind of thick. I already ate my food. I think we're just going to get right into this episode. First part of Orangetown. So it's called Luffy's Past. The red-haired Shanks appears. So this is just kind of a pushback episode for a bit before we get into the later parts. So this was released on December 8th, 1999, episode 4. It adapts chapter 1, pages 6 to 47, chapter 8, pages 2 to 16. You want to come up, Stormy? She loves sitting in laps. All right, let's just get into it. Okay. My family's on vacation, so I'm puppy sitting, so the dogs are a little bit stressed. I love Nami. And stolen. I know. I didn't steal you. You're fine. First time she's great with weather, man. Fantastic. Full on rain and hail. Immediately sunk. I'm gonna label that 3 enemies defeated because she did that pretty well. I'm gonna label that 3 enemies defeated for Nami. She's up to 4. She's now officially beating Zoro with enemies defeated. Then that's her current highest score. First time they mentioned him getting lost too. I like how Zoro was going to catch it too. I'm not talking to you, you're okay. Ah, the One Piece music is fantastic. Ben Beckman, Yasa, Lucky Roo, all the greats. That's how he first comes up with his special move. Mocking on the corner. Oh, Mountain Bandit. You went down? Reagan smash it with just his fist. Must have hurt at least a little bit. 8 million berry. He's more than Albita. And they're at a random village too. Well, Luffy's village, but still. Scumbag. If this was Luffy making all that property damage, then he'd be making a lot of money. Yeah, you can't just kill somebody for spilling booze on you. I love how it's just right there. I don't even know why it was open. It's so random. First appearance of an eaten double fruit as well. And immediately worked. Yep, called them wimps. Luffy wants to fight for their honor. Yeah, I think he was 7 at this time. Oh goodness, gonna get wrecked. There they are. Don't point a gun at the captain, man. Boom. First character dead for real. Lucky Roo, fun fact, was the first character in the One Piece manga to ever kill anybody. But he's not a named character that dies, but it's still a... You know what? I'm gonna drink for it. It's still a cool moment First character to ever kill anybody. I guess even in the anime as well, since nobody's technically dead yet, since they all kind of cut away from it. Cool moment. Freaking sea beast, man. The legend. You're gonna dead, boy. You know what? Huguna is actually a named character. He's not just can fodder, so I'm gonna drink for that too. Oh, boom, baby. Get wrecked. Horrible, man. Shanks such a good dude. You know what? I'm gonna do 2 shots for cool moment and for Huguna's death, but more for Shanks. That's gonna get you to the cool moment. This music in this scene is so freaking great. Ah, crap. That's the main character crying. That's 3 shots in 1 episode. Immediately got stuck in that bird. Oh, this part's pretty funny too. Stop right there. I'm speeding up, let's do it. Buggy the Clown. Now we got free labor to get things done. Here we go, Captain Buggy. Start of the Orangetown arc. Alrighty, and that was episode 4 of the One Piece anime, so a good episode that I'm gonna rate a 6.5 out of 10. This is essentially the end of the prequel. We're starting things strong, we're getting there, we're getting things going, and it's very exciting to see. Some stats so far: Nami defeated 3 more people, those boat guys. Her highest rating is 3 in episode 4. Yeah, because they were technically defeated and then they came back. But Zoro just kind of beat them up, but they didn't get knocked unconscious. But for Nami, they actually cut away, so I'm just counting that as her defeating them. I did write down the Lucky Roo and Ben Beckman defeats. So Lucky Roo got 1 enemy defeated, and then Ben Beckman had 3. So far, we have 3 drinks taken. And then the death tally, it's a new one that I put down. That's 2 for episode 4. So that's Haguna and one of his henchmen. I'm not going to drink for Luffy falling down out of the bird because of his abilities. That's not really something that he would really die from. At least I don't think so. But for like Zoro, if he fell from that height, I would probably count it. But for Luffy, I'm not. Be annoying, but that's just how I'm going to do it. So without further ado, let's just get right into episode 5. I'm going to keep this rather short. I'm really excited to keep going on the rewatch. It's essentially, we're starting things officially in the One Piece show. The first 4 episodes are all pretty much prequel. And now we're really getting into the thick of things. It's called Fear, Mysterious Power, Pirate Clown Captain Buggy, released on December 15th, 1999. The chapters adapted for it are Chapter 8, pages 17 to 19, Chapter 9, pages 2 to 21, Chapter 10, pages 2 to 23, and Chapter 11, pages 2 to 14. So one of the most chapters adapted for one episode, which is very fantastic. The next 4 episodes are just really kind of straight across, so really excited to get into it. I had 2 leftover shots from the last episode, so I'm just going to do those while I'm just listening to them talk. Nami immediately lying about his boss. Nope, yep, you don't mess with his treasure. Yep. And that's 3 enemies defeated. Nice. For some reason we saw her name too. The jokes don't really make as much sense just like this, but it's still pretty fun. I love the way they show this, so funny. 100 million berries. Yep, navigator. They needed it. They need her. Too bad you're a pirate. I love the way he says it. It's like, hey, be our navigator. It's like, nope. And of course, she's being chased, so she wants to do conditions. Yeah, she's pretty good at the acting style. Oh, here we go, the cage. The one thing that I think should have definitely been in the live action was the cage, at least. Even if they didn't want to do the animal stuff, they could have at least. And then one of my rules is to drink whenever another character drinks. I'm not going to go insane, so I'm just going to count it all as one for the party. Freaking horrible, man. Absolutely destroyed. And Zoro showed up too at the right moment. I like how he mentioned it, he's just kind of chilling in the cage. Okay. They're not the Straw Hat Pirates yet, so I'm not gonna take a drink for mentioning their dream. But as soon as Usopp joins and they paint the flag, man, it's gonna be Drink City for that. Always. That's the quoting back what Shanks said last episode. The resolve to put your life on the line. Boom, baby. Get wrecked. That's another person defeated for Nami. Brings her total up to 5. And Zoro's only at 1. He needs to pick up some slack. She's really doing some good blocking though with just a stick. Yeah, she mentioned that crazy that a sword fighter got him and burning her hands to save him. Fantastic. That would have been great in the live action, but they can't fit everything in it. So, full on fantastic. Already protecting him. Oh, here we go, Zoro. That's 4. 4 guys. Brings his total to tying him up with Nami. I love the voice changes. Cut in half. The only time they can actually show that kind of thing. Cut in half and cut his leg off. Behind you, Zoro. Stabbed. Freaking... Man. One of his first wounds. I love that joke, pointing to him. Also, I'm slightly changing that drinking rule, by the way. I'm changing to drink every time a Straw Hat or ally takes out more than 5 enemies at a time and not just more than 1. Or else that'll be bad. that riles him up for sure. Okay, and that's some legit property damage. So we'll say $40 for a knife sword kind of thing, maybe. It's not over. He's gonna wreck you. Look how he's laughing. I love how Zoro's like, okay, let's do this thing. It's only been a couple episodes, but already he's like, okay, I'll trust you. Fantastic. It's great writing. Freaking badass, man. Pushing that cannon all the way. Alright, and we're ending off on a cliffhanger for episode 5. One of the great things, Zoro immediately, like, understanding what Luffy didn't even plan that, but Zoro's like, okay, I understood, you know, I'll leave, but not before I do this thing first, and then shoves the cannon up. Fantastic to see. A little bit of property damage for Luffy, the sword knife, $40. I don't know the property damage yet for the other side of thing, but I might do the property damage and then divide it by 2 between Zoro and Nami, since they kind of teamed up for that one. That might be a good idea to do that. Not very many shots this episode. A good setup arc, I think, for this one. Pretty fun. So I think I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Not too much going on, but it definitely stayed engaged, stayed fun. I don't hate it at all. Like, it's good. One of my favorite animes. Rating them just by episode, just to see where things are going. But a lot of stuff happened in this one. We introduced the main antagonist. So next is going to be episode 6, Desperate Situation, Beast Tamer Moji versus Luffy. So released on December 29th, 1999. It adapts chapter 11, pages 15 to 19, chapter 12, pages 3 to 21, chapter 13, pages 2 to 19, chapter 14, pages 2 to 19, chapter 15, pages 2 to 10. And that's currently, from what I can see, the highest record ever for chapters adapted, even in the future. So, crazy amount. We're really getting into the thick of things, so let's just get right into it. This is definitely one of the parts that I wanted in the live action, man. It's such a badass scene. I just did a shot for a cool moment, and also a shot for he should have died. These badass moments are on my own discretion. Definitely should have died from that, though, from blood loss and everything. But it's such a cool shot. It's animated so well. Oh, here he is. Chow Chow. All he had was a kind of Easter egg kind of thing in the live action series, but he's such a good doggy. Rude to think it dies, man. Come on, bit his face, man. That's horrible. And I said it from before, but Zoro could have definitely probably broke the cage, but I think it's showing that he's super strong and tough, and loves Luffy already. Because I don't know, it looks just like a stone cage, but it might be iron. That might be the issue. But they didn't even think about it. Freaking jerk dog ate the key, man, for no reason. Just for plot. Freaking choking it like that, it's messed up. Oh, here he is. Mayor of the town. He needs to see doctor, but he slept it off. Fantastic stuff. Oh, here we go. Prepare for tears. Gotta get my shot ready. The music cue is what gets me, man. He knows, man. It reminds me of the Futurama episode that's also based on a real story, Jurassic Park. It's just, in the middle of the season, just such a hit. Ugh. Doing his food like that, pretty cute. Oh, here we go. Beast Tamer Moji. And since Richie and Moji are both technically supporting antagonists, I'm going to both count them as 0.5, so whoever defeats them will be a 0.5. So, as a unit, they'll equal 1 number on the antagonist defeated list. Friggin' Chouchou. At least he broke the cage. That means Richie's as strong as stone/iron. Pretty good animation there too for 1999. I don't even know why they would even bother like putting a lion there. Like, he doesn't eat regular pet food. Oh, I forgot how weird the voice acting is for the dog. It's kind of awkward. They don't have like a Frank Welker type or anything like that, for sure. It's not. They called it out for not being normal, but I'm still not going to count it or else I'm going to die for every time Luffy survives something. Maybe when it's something serious, like, you know, like a gunshot, or not a gunshot, like full on like clean stab. Freaking horrible, dude. Oh no. Here we go. It's kind of stifling though, since my cat's down here at my feet letting me pet him, so. But. Freaking horrible. Chouchou doesn't deserve this. It's so emotional though. And helping the wheel out. Wrestling over meat together. Reminds me of whenever we had Sugar and my old dog, like eating a lollipop together. We have a picture of her as a puppy with my dad, of like she's biting at the end of his stick, trying to get to his lollipop. Such sadness, man. Breaking, cutting away from the blood splatter during the mid-credits and then coming back to it burning and the sad barking. So unnecessarily cruel, man. Yeah, he deserved it. Here we go. Moji, Richie, Luffy fight. Boom. First time he used hammer. Reagan's destroyed that line, baby. That's a 0.5 for Luffy. Destroyed, man. That.
あんたも海賊なら同じことするのよ。仲間集めて人を襲い出す前にここで殺してやろうか。
ああ、やめんか娘。
お前なんかに俺がやられるか。やったろうじゃないの。
やめろちゅうんじゃなんなんじゃお前ら。
Nami's taking out on him for sure.
これしか取り返せなかったよ。あと全部食っちまいやがってよ。あいつあのライオンと戦ってきたんだ。あの犬のために。よく戦ったなお前。見ちゃいねえけど大体わかる。あ、お前も頑張れよ。
Ugh, makes me cry every time, man. Another shot for me crying.
やられただと。申し訳ありません、バギー船長。マジ貴様がゾロにやられるとはな。いえ、ゾロではなくあの麦わらに。何？あの麦わらのガキにやられたというのか。奴はゴム。俺はもう切れたぞ。特製バギー玉ありったけ用意しろ。この町をすべて消し飛ばしてやら。
さっきはごめん。あ、つい怒鳴って。いいさ、お前いろいろあったんだろ。
It's also the first time they've called him Mugiwara, which is Straw Hat.
情けない。シュシュやコアッパがここまで戦っているというのに、町長のわしがなぜ指を加えて我が町が消されるのを見ておらねばならんのじゃ。
町長さん、落ち着いて。
40年前、この土地はただの荒れ地だった。
Oh, it's like Colin his style, okay.
Yeah,
I remember that.
この町はわしの宝なのじゃ。これ以上あいつらをのさばらせておくわけには。
I use a different napkin from wiping my hands. Freaking horrible, dude. Doing so much destruction to the town, man.
わしのうちまで。
あ、ゾロが寝てんのに。
死んだか。
おい、ゾロ生きてるぞ。
Freaking Zoro, man.
起こし方しやがって。寝足りねえ。
なんで生きてられんのよ。よかった、生きてたか。
Yeah, I'll drink for that. Why not? Zoro is still being alive somehow.
わしはこの町の町長じゃ。この町はわしが守る。いや、男には死にといてはならん戦いがある。違うか、コアッパ。
そうだおっさん、乗せるな。奴らのところ行って何ができるの。無謀よ。
無謀は承知。待っておれ、どけのバギー。
That's why I love the mayor
その傷で。
and Chow Chow. It just rounds out their character development so well. And also, it's not just antagonists. You need to round out your role with side characters, man. That's why I wish the mayor and Chow Chow were fully into the live action. Nami joined the Straw Hats. I don't think I ever drank for Zoro joining either, but I'll drink for both right now.
ただらっての金銀財宝を言うんだ。ざれごと抜かすな。貴様なんかにわしの思いが。俺は後にグランドラインを制し、派手に輝く全世界の財宝を全て収入収める男だ。世界の財宝は俺のもの。この世に俺以外の宝を持つ者など必要ない。そんなにこの町が大切なら、一緒にこの世から消してやろうか。ほざく前にわしと戦え。町は潰させん。わしの命に変えてもう。ぶっ放せ。
Don't touch the mayor, he likes him. Zoro already put on his bandana. Alright everyone, that was the end of episode 2 for the reaction series. And episode 4 through 6. I'm going to rate this episode a 7 out of 10. Chow Chow, the mayor, everybody in this episode was great. Richie and Moji went out like chumps because they suck. And Luffy now has 2 more antagonists defeated. But since they're supporting antagonists, I gave them a 0.5. So now Luffy's up to 2.5 antagonists defeated. Richie and Moji in episode 5. And I'm now up to 8 shots for season 2. So I've already beaten season 1 in the same 3 episodes. So pretty strong. But it's what I expected. That's why I kind of lessened the drinking game a bit. Nami joined the crew. Not really officially, just kind of fakely, but still count. And then I cried during the Chow Chow. Probably can't see it since I'm wearing my glasses, but I did. And Luffy's now up to 44 enemies defeated. Zoro is at 5 and Nami's at 5, so they're still tied at the moment. So fantastic stuff right there. Buggy hasn't actually defeated any people on screen yet, so that's actually pretty interesting. I thought for sure he would. No other real statistics at the moment, but I'm enjoying it a lot so far. In my 12th rewatch / drinking game, makes it a lot more fun for me, and I'm just enamored. You know, I'm just having fun. We're already 6 episodes in, so it's been about 2 hours to react to all of this. Pretty long, but not too bad since I'm watching on 1.5 speed. 2 speed would be too much. Just enjoying myself, having fun. I think that's gonna do it from me. So I will see you in the next section, which will be episodes 7 and 8 in Orange Town Part 2. So I will see you there in just a few moments. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great day.